Hello, kiddos. It is me, Miss Flamingo. And today I'm going to refer to each of you kiddos as my baby flamingos. And today we have a very special activity. We're going to be talking about empathy and compassion. Very good topics to talk about. But before we talk about empathy and compassion, we need to see who is joining us on our island this week. Let's see what flamingos we have joining us. Let's see. Oh, I see an Olivia. Hi, Olivia. I see a Noah. Hi, Noah. I see a Mia. Hello, Mia. I see an Amelia. Hi, Amelia, you're beautiful. I see a Nizea. Hello, Nizea, how are you? I see a Grace. Grace, you're beautiful. I see, oh, it looks like a family, a flock flamingo family is here. I see a Rob. Hi, Rob, how's it going? I see a Jen with him. That's his wife, his flamingo wife. And they're two baby flamingos, Aubrey and Alex. Hello, how are you both? What a beautiful flock of flamingos joining us this week. This is so special. And you know what's special? You. You're also very, very special. Each one of you flamingos are all special. In today's topic, we are going to be talking, again, as I mentioned, empathy and compassion. Okay, and by definition, just to explain what empathy means, I just want to explain what it means, okay? It means to understand and share the feelings of another person, okay? When you see another person and you see how they're carrying themselves, are they carrying themselves with a smile or are they sad? So seeing and understanding other people's emotions is so important in life. Are they happy? Are they sad? Are they angry? Like, angry? Are they feeling just, melancholy, just placid, calm, peaceful? So understanding and seeing what other people's emotions are feeling is very important so that you can understand how to interact with them and how to speak with them and how to socialize with them and hang out with them or play with them. And all of that is so important. So I'm going to give you some examples of showing empathy and compassion. So say if your mom and dad, say mom came home from work and she's all stressed out. And then she's upset because she had a bad day at work. And then she starts to cry. Something that you could do to show compassion to your mom would give her some space. And then when the time is right and you feel like it's right, you can go up to her and say, "Mom, I'm sorry that you had such a bad day today, but I want to tell you something, Mom. I love you so much." And you can give her a great big hug. That is showing compassion and understanding that your mom had a very tough day at work, a very difficult day. So showing your mom some compassion for the day that she had would be such a good thing to do. Showing compassion is so, so good. Let me give you an example too. One day, this boy, Billy, was on the playground. And he was by himself. No one was playing with Billy. Billy was by himself, crying at the playground, sitting down by himself. And a girl named Shruti went up to Billy because she saw him crying. And she saw that he was by himself. And she said, "Billy, are you okay?" And he was crying. And he said, "No," he said, "nobody is playing with me. No, I have no friends." And you know what Shruti said to him? She said, "Billy, I would love to be your friend. Would you like to play with my friends, Billy?" And he said, "Oh, yes." Shruti, thank you so much. I would love to play with you and your friends. And guess what? You know what? Billy stopped crying. He stopped crying and he was happy. He was happy because he just made a friend. And Shruti showed compassion to Billy's feelings. She saw that Billy was sad and she didn't want Billy to be sad. So she included Billy to play with her friends and her. And that's a kind thing to do. That's showing compassion for another person's feelings. That's showing empathy because she understood that Billy was sad and she didn't want him to feel sad because she doesn't want anyone to feel sad. So Shruti did the nice thing and she went to Billy and approached Billy to ask him to play with her friends and her. And that's very kind. That's very kind. Another example to show compassion for someone's feelings is when there was a girl and she was out on the playground and her name was Madeline, right? And she wanted this pink toy car. She wanted this pink toy car, but all the cars were taken from all the other kids. And Madeline was screaming. She was like, I want the pink toy car. I want the pink toy car. And she kept screaming it really loud. And so, you know what? A boy named Raphael went up to her and he said, Madeline, he said, you know, I know you want the pink car. Here you go. You can have the pink car. And she said, Raphael, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kindness. And Raphael said, you're welcome. You're welcome. And so that was a situation that ended really nicely because Raphael showed compassion to Madeline when Madeline was upset because she wanted the pink car. So things like that, if you see a friend and you have something maybe that a friend wants really, really, really bad, so much to the point that they're upset, a kind thing to do to show compassion and empathy for their feelings is to maybe share. Sharing is good. You know what they say? Sharing is caring. And it's so important to share sometimes. You know, in a situation like that, when someone's so upset, that toy car is going to be there tomorrow, you know, but helping somebody get in a better headspace and a better frame of mind and being more calm is so important. If you see someone that is so upset, try and help them out because next time it could be you that might get upset and you're going to need that compassion and understanding from someone because the next time it could be you, right? It could be you that's upset. So when you show kindness and compassion and empathy toward other people, that will come back to you, okay? And that concludes our discussion about empathy and compassion. And I just want to remind you that if your name wasn't called this week on the island, next week we have a whole new flock of flamingos coming in and your name could be called. Just remember to ask your parents to subscribe to my channel. My channel is in the search engine. You put the @ symbol at Miss Flamingo -p6m. And I'm concluding this episode with just remember, please show empathy and compassion and kindness to others and it will come back to you in the most unexpected ways. Okay? Be good to yourself, be kind to others, be good for your parents, and keep being flamingo!